With astrology-informed yoga classes, you can maximize positive planetary influences, minimize negative planetary influences, and live as your highest self. Visit discoverastroyoga.com and join the Astro Yoga experience to get ongoing guidance on how to change your yoga practice based on astrology. Hey there, welcome back. It's Arnelle, and today we're going to be doing a level 1 Vinyasa yoga flow for Gemini. And if you're trying to balance it into some of Gemini's energy for this period, it's helpful to know a little bit about Gemini. Of course, Gemini is an air sign, and Gemini is ruled by the planet Mercury, the planet of communication, thought processing, thinking, planning. Communication is everything that Mercury and Gemini represent. Geminis are also well known for being really chatty, being adoptive, being really bubbly. Because Gemini is a mutable sign, it can be very adoptive to people's personalities. And if you know Gemini, you know Gemini is the twins, also representing dual personalities sometime. And so in our yoga practice today, we're going to be playing with a little bit of that energy of duality, moving some of our legs, our arms together in the same movement to express some of that. Because Gemini is also ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, Gemini is going to be ruling our throat chakra. So in our practice today, we're going to be moving our neck a little bit and putting some attention around our throat chakra. If you are trying to balance into Gemini again, it's good to communicate a little bit. Get out of your comfort zone by talking to people, by chatting with people. And even if it's not something you would normally do, that's the type of energy you should be practicing as you're trying to lean into this Gemini season. Finally, Gemini rules our arms and our shoulders. So in our practice today, we're going to be doing lots of stuff involving our arms, our shoulders, shoulder blades, and such. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Props for our practice today, I just have a single yoga block, and I also have a strap. And so once you are ready to go ahead and meet me in a seated position, a meditative seat. And I'm just sitting on a single block to help take some pressure off of my ankles or your hips, whatever's comfortable for you, pillow block, what have you. And then we're going to start by bringing both of our arms overhead, reaching up towards the sky. Clasp your hands. Act like you're stretching in the morning. Inhale here. Exhale, we're going to open up towards our right side. My left hand coming in contact with my right knee. And then my right hand coming to a point behind me. Setting my gaze over my right shoulder. Looking at a single point behind me. In our practice here, go ahead and begin focusing on your breathing. Begin to deepen your breath. Inhale here. Exhale out. On your next inhale, bring both arms overhead. Stretch. Exhale, twist over to the left. Placing your right hand on your left knee. Looking over your left shoulder. In this pose, you should be very slightly pressing your hand into your thigh, allowing your chest to rotate just slightly more. You should notice your shoulders away from your ears, shoulder blades snug onto your back. Using the force of your hand to lift and twist your torso very gently. Inhale here. Exhale. Come back to center, lifting both arms overhead. Exhale, bringing both hands to heart center. Awesome job. From here, we're going to begin just with some neck rolls. So I want you to just, without anything specific, just start moving your head around, rolling your neck in whichever way is comfortable. I want you to envision opening and stretching your throat chakra. Feel free to move your head any way you please. Changing directions if you haven't already. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Awesome. From here, we're going to move into a half plank. And you're just going to start by placing your wrists underneath your shoulders. And we're going to keep our knees grounded onto our mat. And once you're here, I want you to find a nice strong plank position and know that this is where we're going to be. Make sure you're not dumping your hips down and you're using your core to keep your spine nice and straight. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Great job. Take a moment to pedal your feet. And just notice where you're at in your down dog. Knowing that it's okay to bend your knees a little bit. Pressing your hands into your mat. And feeling your chest sink towards your knees. Your chest sinking in towards your kneecaps. Inhale, look in between your hands. The bottom of your exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Grab opposite elbows. And then shake side to side here for a moment. Sway side to side. And whenever you're ready, you can come still. Release your hands onto your mat. And very slowly rotate up towards standing. Coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Lifting your arms overhead on an inhale. Stretching on your exhale. And then bring both hands down to your side. From here, we're going to do a gentle back bend. And I'm going to start by placing both of my hands on my lower back, right on that flat part of my back, right above my bum. So just right there, placing both of your palms in however way is comfortable for you. Open up your feet wide, almost as wide as your mat. Bend your knees, and once you're there, very gently press into that lower part and allow your chest to open and allow your neck to hang. Whenever you're ready, you can come back up to standing. Great job. From here, we're going to move into standing leg raise. Keeping both of your hands onto your hips. You're going to lift your right leg first. And then bring your left hand to your right knee. Twisting over your right shoulder. looking into a single spot behind you. And if you haven't already, come back into contact with your breath. Bring it back into focus. If you're having a hard time balancing, keep your eyes locked on that single point. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot back. Wide-legged forward fold. And your wide-legged forward fold, first check that your heels are in line with each other. Toes are in line with each other. I want you to begin by bringing both of your hands behind your back, clasping your hands behind your back. Once you're here, I want you to lift your shoulders up and then bring them back and down. We want to keep our shoulders away from our ears, shoulder blades nice and snug onto our back, straightening out your hands as much as you can. On your inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward, keeping your arms nice and straight. If you did this correctly, your arms should peel off of your back. If your arms are still laying onto your back, then you should recheck your alignment with your shoulders, making sure your shoulder blades and your shoulders are snug onto your back. And you're straightening your hands. From here, let the gravity do the work. Noticing the stretching sensation in your arms and shoulder blades. Noticing the different point of view. Looking at a new gazing point upside down. Inhale here. Exhale. On your next inhale, very slowly come back up. And open up goddess pose just before getting to standing. Twisting your feet, pointing out towards the edges of your mat. Sinking down into a 90-degree angle. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, sink down using your forearms to press away your thighs. Setting your gazing point at just a few feet onto the floor. Taking this moment to reconnect with your breathing. Keeping your legs in goddess position. On your next inhale, bring both of your arms up to a T. Lifting them in line with your shoulders, arms at 90-degree angles. Following the rhythm of your own breath. On your inhale, you're going to rise up and bring both of your arms together in front of you, keeping them at a 90-degree angle. And then exhale, sinking back down into goddess with arms at a T. Inhale. And exhale. Continue this motion following the rhythm of your own breath. Become still on your next inhale, standing up. On your exhale, open up Warrior 2. Spinning open your left foot towards the front of your mat. Bring both arms out to a T. Checking that you're pulling your belly button up and in, keeping your spine nice and straight, tailbone down towards the mat. Setting your gaze over your fingertips. On your next inhale, you're going to straighten both legs and both arms overhead. Exhale, sink back down into Warrior Two. Inhale, straighten your arms and legs. Exhale, Warrior Two. Continue this, following the rhythm of your own breathing. On your next exhale, find Warrior Two. Inhale here. Exhale, drop both hands down onto your mat, framing your front foot. Step your left leg back to meet your right, and then sink both knees down onto your mat. Come and find your half plank position, keeping your core nice and strong. Inhale here. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Great job. Take a moment here to get strong in your down dog. Pedal your feet if you need to. If you want to come down to child's pose and take a break, you can. Come back into your down dog if you went into child's pose. On your inhale, look in between your hands. On your exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, grabbing opposite elbows, allowing your head to dangle. Allowing the blood to rush towards your head. Inhale here. Exhale, drop both of your hands towards your mat. On your inhale, very slowly begin to come up to standing. Bringing both of your arms overhead on your inhale. Stretching on your exhale. And then bringing both hands down by your side. Bringing both of your hands onto your lower back again. Again, that nice, hard, flat spot right above your bum is where we're at. Step your feet open as wide as your mat. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lean back. Allowing your head to fall. Allowing your throat to open. And whenever you're ready, just come back up to standing. Awesome job. From here, we're going to move back into a standing leg raise. This time, lifting up our left knee. Bringing our right hand to our left knee. And then looking over our left shoulder to a single gazing point behind us. Or if you want to continue to look in front of you, that's okay too. Do what's comfortable for you. Keeping your eyes fixed on a single point will help you maintain your balance. Inhale here. Exhale, look back towards the front if you're not already. Inhale here. Exhale, step your left leg back to find a wide-legged forward fold. Again, just checking that your knees are in line with each other, or your heels are in line with each other, and that your toes are in line with each other. Bringing both of your arms behind your back. And again, we're going to fold forward, keeping our hands clasped behind our back, starting first by lifting our shoulders and then dropping our shoulders, rotating our shoulder nice and snug into each shoulder blade, straightening out our arms. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. And again, those arms should roll off of your back. Inhale here. Exhale. Come back up towards standing. Right before you get there, we're going to rotate our toes out, pointing to the corners of our mat, sinking our hips down towards Goddess. Inhale here. And then exhale, sinking deeper into Goddess, using our forearms to press our thighs away to maximize the stretch into our growing area. Inhale here. Exhale, lift both of your arms up to goalposts. And you know the drill. On your inhale, stand up, bringing both of your arms together, straightening your legs. Exhale, come back down into Goddess. Inhale, straighten. And continue to follow the rhythm of your own breathing. On your next inhale, stay standing. Open up Warrior Two by turning out your right toes towards the front of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest, bringing both arms nice and straight, looking over your fingertips. And check that your back leg is nice and straight too. On your next inhale, lift both of your arms overhead, straighten your front leg. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale. And exhale. You know the drill. Follow your own breath. One more time. And meet in Warrior Two. Setting your eyes over your fingers. Inhale here. Exhale, bring both hands framing your front foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Drop both of your knees. And then you're going to actually sink into child's pose. Great job. Just begin to notice how your body feels in this moment. On your next inhale, press yourself up into a seated position. We're going to stay in hero's pose, so keeping our hips towards our knees. If your ankles or your hips are tight, you can grab your block. And then you can sit on your block at whatever height is comfortable for you. Once you're there, we're going to move into eagle arms. And so you're going to start by bringing both of your arms to 90-degree angles in front of you. You're going to take your right arm, place it on top of your left arm, and then attempt to just hold your hands, clasp your hands. If you're not able to clasp your hands, just press your hands into each other. And so this is eagle arms. Once you're there, go ahead and lift your elbows in line with your shoulders as much as you can. It's okay if you can't get there. And also attempt to keep your elbows at 90-degree angles, so pressing them out away from you instead of letting them fall into your head. And notice how this opens up your shoulders and your shoulder blades. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Great job. You can lift your shoulders if you want to shrug your shoulders a little bit. Great. On your next inhale, bring both of your arms back to 90-degree angles. This time, our left arm on top of our right arm. Keeping those 90-degree angles, so pressing my hands away from me and trying my best to keep my elbows as close to in line with my shoulders as possible. Setting your gaze at a single spot on your arm, maybe at the crease of where both of your arms meet. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Great job. Just shrug your shoulders again if you want to. From here, we're going to do cow face arms. So if you have a strap, you can grab your strap, or if you have a block, then, or hopefully you're sitting on your block. If you have a strap or a belt, you can go ahead and grab those. We're going to begin by taking our right hand, placing it behind our back, elbow pointing up towards the sky, and bringing my left hand to clasp hands behind my back. So my left elbow is pointing towards my mat. My right elbow is pointing up towards the sky. And if you can grab both your hands, then go ahead and do that. If you cannot grab your hands, then you're just going to take your strap in your lower hand, and you're going to you're going to grab your strap. So wherever you are, go ahead and get there. Reconnect to your breath. And if you want to deepen this stretch, you can very gently lean back into your arms. Very nicely. And just begin to notice how that feels. Inhale here. Exhale, release. And you can switch sides. This time bringing your left arm overhead. Your left elbow pointing up towards your sky. And then your right elbow pointing towards your mat. From here, leaning back into your arms as much as you want to. Inhale here. Exhale, release your hands. You can put your strap by your side. You can also move your block and place your block by your side. And from here, we're going to come into a tabletop position and just do some gentle cat-cows. First, pressing your chest in front of you, lifting up your head, opening up your neck, pressing your tailbone up towards the sky. And then on an exhale, looking in towards your belly button, pressing the center of your back up towards your sky like the cat. Inhale. Lifting up your head, opening up your throat again. Exhale. Go ahead and continue moving with the rhythm of your own breathing. On your next inhale, find a neutral spine. From here, we're going to reach both of our hands out in front of us. We're going to sink our hips down for puppy pose, keeping our knees at 90-degree angles, allowing your chest to fall towards your mat. Allowing your head to rest on your yoga mat if possible. If you want to, you can also place a block under your forehead. And in puppy pose, you should be pressing the mat away from you. Should be sending energy from your arms into the mat. On your next inhale, lift your head, remove your block. From here, you're going to bend your elbows onto your mat, slide forward for Sphinx. In your Sphinx pose, you have your elbow in both hands, both elbows, both hands on your mat. Pressing your feet, the tops of your feet into your mat. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Shoulder blades nice and snug onto your back. Lift your chest, setting your gaze at a single spot in front of you. keeping it locked on that item like a cat. And I really want you to be active in pressing your shoulders away from your ears. We are working on our arms and shoulders today. The body parts represented by Gemini. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your mat. From here, you're going to open up your left hand and you're going to look over your right shoulder. From here, you're going to take your right foot, bend it at a 90-degree angle, and then you're going to place your foot flat onto the floor. Allow your hips and your chest to open. This is a really great supine twist. And keeping your arm at that T position as much as you can. Inhale here. Exhale, bring that leg back down to meet your left. Bring your left hand in. Open up your right arm straight to a T. Look over your left shoulder. Kick your left knee up to a 90-degree angle. Go ahead and place that left foot flat onto the floor. And allow your hips, your chest to open. And just breathe into this feeling. Notice how your arms feel, your shoulders, also your hips and lower back. How does your spine feel? Did your back crack? Inhale here. Exhale, bring your left leg down to meet your right. Bring your right arm in towards your mat. Go ahead and flip over onto your back. Hug both knees into your chest. And rock side to side for a moment. Inhale here. Exhale, open up Shavasana, laying both of your legs flat onto your mat. Opening up your palms towards the sky. And be intentional to tuck your shoulder blades nice and snug onto your back so that you can lay nice and flat and even on your yoga mat. Notice how that feels. If you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes. And release any restricted or controlled breathing. Just begin to notice any physical body sensations. Places where maybe you haven't worked in a while, haven't stretched in a minute. And begin to reflect on the movement of your throat and neck today. And notice if it feels more open. Notice if you have the courage to say what you need to say. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingertips. You rotate your ankles and your wrists. Go ahead and roll over to one side. Then press yourself up into a seat. Namaste, and thank you so much for joining me in this yoga flow today for Gemini. As you go about your life and your day, if you notice something that you want to say come up and you find yourself holding it in, just experiment with saying it. Experiment with letting it out. Experiment with getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, intermingling and chatting and being friendly with people. Also, Gemini is an air energy and air element, and so practice being in the flow. Practice letting go of control a little bit, and just experiencing what it is and not taking it too seriously. So, namaste and have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed today's class, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're interested in learning how you can align your yoga practice based on the current planetary positions, visit discoverastroyoga.com and join the Astro Yoga experience.